the input is message, whatever output the chatbot. Now coming back to this topic, this video is very fascinating. I'm pretty much sure there will be a lot of learning. This is a Gen AI project. Basically, who are you? How are you? As an AI, okay. Hey guys, this is Satyajit Pattnaik and welcome back to my channel. Couple of days back, I had posted something on the community post. There are some project ideas I'm currently working on. Which of them would you like me to publish it on my channel? And most of you actually voted for time series forecasting projects, Power BI project, and some of you have also commented on the Gen AI projects. Everything is taken care of. One by one, we will be releasing multiple projects. But to be very honest, I cannot release project videos every week. But once every 2 weeks, we will be releasing some of the project videos that you can use, implement. Codes will be there. Do it and put it in your portfolio projects. Now, coming back to this topic, this video is very fascinating. I'm pretty much sure there will be a lot of learning. This is a Gen AI project. Basically, if I talk about, it's more likely a project using OpenAI APIs, which should be very straightforward for most of you, but for many of you, this topic might be new. You might be thinking, how can we leverage the OpenAI APIs to get started with a chatbot, right? So this video is for you. In case you want to jump into the field of generative AI, GPTs, you want to implement a chatbot based on API keys, then this video is for you. Couple of weeks back, I had also created a cosine similarity based chatbot. In case you haven't watched it, please watch it again. The link will be in the description below and it will be visible somewhere on the screen. In that video also, I asked for some comments. If you want, I'll come up with the generative AI chatbot. So here we are. So thank you all for joining in this particular use case. Let me just try to explain it in a layman's term. Of course, the level of technicalities is not much because we are just going to leverage the OpenAI APIs, and based on the APIs, we'll be building a chatbot. So in simple terms, we are going to build a subject related chatbot. Now that subject could be anything. Let's say you want to build a data analytics related chatbot only to answer data analytics related problems, or you want to create a chatbot only to answer climate related problems, or you want a chatbot to only answer maybe politics related problems, something like that. So it's a subject related problem. We can pick any subject, let's say data analytics. So using that subject, we are going to create a chatbot, a data analytics chatbot, which will only answer data analytics related questions. If you ask anything beyond the scope of data analytics, if you ask who is Cristiano Ronaldo or Virat Kohli, probably the chatbot will not be able to answer because we are going to feed the prompt in such a way that it will only answer the data analytics related problems. So let's get started. This particular project is going to be very simple. We built it in couple of minutes, but the Flask part is little bit problematic. So let's get started. I'll walk you through the code and I will also walk you through the Flask application and show you how it works. Of course, one thing that I will not be able to share with you is the OpenAI API keys, but I'll also be letting you know how to generate your own key for your practices. The codes will be available to you not very immediately. I need some likes and comments. Probably 200 likes and 50 comments is something that I'm expecting from this video because we are putting a lot of effort. So please make sure if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to comment in the comment section. See you in the video. Let's get started with the project. Now you can see in this project, some of the key elements are the 3 Python notebooks and of course the template file, the HTML file, which basically is nothing but the front end, right? Everybody knows about Flask and Streamlit is what I'm expecting. If you don't know about Flask or Streamlit, please go ahead and watch out some of my Flask related videos where you will be able to understand what Flask is all about. So this is the front end, which looks like this. We have a chatbot and the interface looks like this. Now in case you want to use it, you can use it. In case you want to change the style, let's say in your particular project you want to make the chatbot widget something in the right corner. It's up to you. It's all about HTML and CSS styling. You have to be good at that, and you can change the way it looks, right? Now jumping back to the code on how it works. So the major thing is going to be this three files, which is app.py, chat.py and config.py. Now if you look at this particular thing, this is the Flask based application, right? And I'm assuming everybody knows about Flask. So we have imported the Flask, import Flask from Flask, render template, request and JSONify, because we'll be using the input request, which is the user message. We will be taking the user message and we'll be calling the OpenAI APIs. So if you ask me the architecture is pretty simple. So we have a front-end application where user is basically asking something, let's say a question is being passed into the app. And of course I don't want to get into the technicalities on how the questions are being tokenized and all those things. The question is a set of sentence where it is, again tokenized, and the tokens are being fed to the ChatGPT APIs, and you get a response, and that response is shown on the app, right? This is the entire flow, very simple. Now if you want to store these asked questions and answers in the database, well, that has to be an extra effort that has not been done in this particular project. In case you want me to do this, I can do this, but not as part of probably as part of my next update based on the comments, right? So moving on with the project, it's very simple. I'm initiating my Flask app. I have defined a hello method and a ask method. So here I'm rendering the template, which basically means by default when you open the app, this chat.html will be rendered, which looks like this, right? Now obviously if you chat, it will not respond because this is a static HTML file. In the ask, what's happening is whenever you are typing a message and hitting on this send button, this particular exit point is being called, which is /ask. Here message is been taken as a string object from the request.form, and then we are calling the chatbot. What is the chatbot? Chatbot is this chat.py. It is calling the chatbot. The input is message. Whatever output the chatbot is responding, it is being stored in bot response, and it is being JSONified and given to the front end. As simple as that. Very simple piece of code. Now if you go to this chatbot, chat.py, this is where the fun begins. Here what we are going to do is we have used config.openai API key. So this config is basically the config file, and here we have defined the chatbot method where input is input. So whenever you are passing the message, let's say you're typing, hi, what is time intelligence DAX, can you write down the code for that? So that particular message goes as an input and chat is being called if the input is following this message role. So this is where I have defined the message role. If I expand, so let me just show this message to you. So here what's happening, I have given the prompt, you are an AI specialized in Power BI, do not answer anything other than Power BI related queries. So that is the reason why the chatbot is being restrictive towards Power BI. Now let's say you want to create a chatbot, let's say a mathematical chatbot, where you want users to ask a question but you don't want to give a direct answer. So you have to change the prompt here in that way. Let's say you are an AI specialized in answering mathematical questions, but do not ever answer the question directly. Always guide the student towards the answer. Something like that. So it's all about prompt engineering, right? Again, one more thing is that in case you are interested in prompt engineering or these kind of videos, let me know in the comment section. I watch out for each and every comment. In case there are multiple people asking for a prompt engineering course, I will come up with a prompt engineering video where you can leverage that video and be a good prompt engineer. There are certain Coursera courses as well and various other courses who charge like in dollars or at least 20,000-30,000 Indian rupees. But in my channel it will be for free. So if you like it, if you want a prompt engineering course for free, write it down in the comment section and I will come up with that video. So this is the content, and then based on this, here we are calling the GPT 3.5. Again, I hope everybody knows that initially it was started with GPT-2, then GPT-3 was released, GPT 3.5 was released, and now we have GPT-4, which basically combines the power of text and images. I hope everybody is clear about the models. Again, on the models part, if you are confused, want a video on different types of models, let me know. So this is what it is, very simple. And then config is something I cannot show you right now. It's just a simple line where I'm defining something like this. Open key is equals to my key, ABCD, whatever it is. And now this is the key that is being generated from the OpenAI website. So just go to OpenAI website, create a free account, and you will be able to create a generic key. Do not share this key with anybody because based on this key your billing will happen, right? By default, I think OpenAI is giving around $5 worth credits, which is more than enough for testing it out. So that's it. I'll not show this config.py. That's all about it. Now let's try to go ahead and run this application. So I'll copy paste this code. Of course, I can run it from Spider, but I am a little bit traditional guy, so I will go through the Anaconda prompt. So here we are, my Python application is ready, running it on this. I'll copy it, I'll go here and I'll open it, and here you go, we have a Power BI chatbot ready. Let's try to interact. You can see the moment I type in hi, what's happening is the request is being passed and it will probably respond. Yeah, it has responded quickly. Hello, how can I assist you today with Power BI? Now if you ask who is Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm assuming that it will not answer, but if it does, then I'll again have to go back and change. Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo, it is answering. Who is Sachin Tendulkar? It logically should not answer this, but I'll try to fix it probably. Something needs to be done in this. Let's say we'll fix it up, but let's try to run some Power BI related queries. I want some help related to total YTD tax. So with each call, with each message, actually it is calling the OpenAI APIs and getting the response. Now, of course, one thing that you can see is the output is not very structured, but you can see this tag and this tag basically means that this tag and this tag, this basically means this is basically a DAX code. Okay, so again, if you want to leverage this output and you want to show it in a proper format where the coding part should look like a different text, then that can be possible. But again, those changes comes as part of the CSS changes, nothing to do with the API calls. How to become a Power BI expert? Let's try to ask some textual questions. To become a Power BI expert, follow this step. So let's give it a try one more time to kind of stop this and change it a little bit. Do not answer anything other than Power BI. Do not answer anything other than Power BI queries. Yeah, I think it should work. Do not answer anything other than Power BI related. Okay, let's change it a little bit. Let's say we'll make it a climate change chatbot, just for the sake of testing it. Other than climate change related topics. Let's do this. Python.app. I'll just refresh it. Hi, who are you? How are you? As an AI, okay. What is climate change? Okay. Who is Cristiano Ronaldo? Okay. Maybe we'll have to tweak the prompt in a better way. Yeah, you can see Sachin Tendulkar, it is not answering. Okay, we have to check the full answer. So it's answering, it's a Portuguese blah blah blah. While he's not directly related to climate change, his fame has enabled him to use his platform to raise awareness about. Oh, okay. So so basically, it is giving you an answer, but it is letting you also know that it is not directly related to climate change. And for Sachin Tendulkar, I apologize, but I'm not programmed to answer questions unrelated to climate change. Okay. Can you tell me what is Power BI DAX? Let's see. Let's try it out. Okay. It is answering business intelligence tool. But I thought you are supposed to answer only climate change questions. Okay, what is Power BI DAX? Okay, it's still answering. Anyways, we'll play around with it. The prompt engineering probably is not working properly. We can play around with it, but I think you've got an idea on how to, engage with the OpenAI APIs, how to get started. Oh, sorry, how to get started with a Flask-based application using OpenAI APIs. That's all about this particular video. That's all about this particular video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please like, share and subscribe the channel, and make sure don't forget to leave a comment. As I told you, in case you need any help related to GPTs, related to transformers, related to Power BI, any topic, data analytics, data science, AI, generative AI, any topic that you need help, where you want to learn something, you are not getting help, I'm there. I'll be definitely coming up with a video without spending anything. You can watch out my videos and learn. That's all about this particular video. See you in the next video.